is up, everybody, and welcome back to another video. And in today's video, we are going to be re-rating the Detroit Lions for Madden 21. Oh, hold up. Yeah, it's a different environment. I know. Let's get it started. Welcome in, everybody, to another video. Glad you guys are here. And yes, I know we're in a different location. I know there's maybe a little bit of echo. Maybe you guys can hear an air conditioner. Yes. This is not the perfect spot. This is not the prime spot to be in, but I do want to give you guys some content. I have some really cool ideas, so I got to keep you guys updated as well. This may be the spot. This may be moving around. I don't know. But as you guys know, I am not home right now, and because of that, I have to record on the go. I will be back soon in a few days, and everything will be back to normal. Actually, it won't be back to normal because we got big changes coming. But for now, man, we are on the move. So this is definitely different. You know, this is, I would say, not the most exciting place to record. You know, unfortunately, there's no green screen. It's just a General Electric thing. I don't know, man. We just got to do what we got to do, okay? So if you hear the air conditioner, I'm sorry. But, man, I got to get some videos done. I do appreciate you guys, your support through all of this. So, yes, man, we are going to be re-rating the Detroit Lions for Madden 21. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, why is there a part one? Well, because today we're just doing the offense. We're only going to be re-rating the offense today. I was planning to do both offense and defense, but I think that's going to take a really long time. So let's just do offense. And if you guys enjoy that, we will also do defense. So make sure you support the heck out of this video if you guys want to see the defensive side of the ball. But I think this one's going to be kind of fun. So we know Madden 21 rating came out for the Detroit Lions, and they were not very good, okay? We voiced our displeasure. We talked about how disrespectful it was. Actually, I see a lot of teams saying this. A lot of teams saying they were disrespected. And I think for the Detroit Lions, we have a legitimate argument, okay? We had the second lowest overall of any team in the NFL. Any team. This is tied for the second lowest. So we have a legitimate reason to be upset with these Madden 21 ratings, especially for our quarterback. So I decided, why don't I re-rate these? Why don't I make these right? Why don't I make these correct? I can help you out, man, and I'll fix these up for you guys, because some of them you're way too low and some of them you're even too high. So in this video, man, and the next one, if there is a part two, if you guys like this one, we will be re-rating the Detroit Lions. So let's just hop right into it. Let's get it started. Let's start off at the quarterback position. And obviously, we have Matthew Stafford. There's no really better place to start off than Matthew Stafford, because Matthew Stafford was completely disrespected with his 83 rating. Now, apparently, I guess I found out he was a 79 rating to start last season. So he went up 4 overall points. That's great, right? But he should have been more. Matthew Stafford should have went up more. He was one of the best quarterbacks in the league when he was healthy last season, and if it wasn't due to an injury, the dude could have had the best stat line of any quarterback in the NFL in terms of touchdowns, yards, one of the highest pass ratings. The guy was on a tear. He's playing at an MVP level until an injury occurred, and because of that, all of a sudden, the Lions lose every single game. So I guess that does tell you how important he is to the team, and his rating should be much higher than an 83 overall, as an 83 is tied for the 11th best in the NFL. Now, I get it. Look, the injury is definitely a reason to maybe not put him in your top 3 or even top 5, but you have to have this guy in the top 10. The fact that you would even act like Matthew Stafford's not a top 10 quarterback for the 2020 NFL season or even the 2021 Madden game is absolutely crazy. So my re-rating is an 87 overall. Now, I feel like it would honestly be reasonable for me to give him a 90, because a 90 would be one higher than Aaron Rodgers, and I think that's where he is in the league. But I decided to kind of keep it realistic, try to make it as realistic as possible, and give him an 87 overall. And the reason I'm doing that is because of the injury last season. So I'm taking the injury into account, so I'm not going to put him in the top 5. He's going to be tied 7th with Matt Ryan. I think that's fair. 87 overall. That's where he should be. Madden, you can fix it if you want to. I got Stafford at 87. Next up, we have Chase Daniel, the backup quarterback. Chase Daniel, man, got a 63 overall. This guy got paid too much money to have a 63 overall. So for me, man, I'm bumping that up as well. I'm giving him a 66. I mean, a 66 still isn't that great. I mean, if you're playing Madden and your quarterback goes down and you put in a 66 overall quarterback, that's still not good. That's still very bad, but he definitely needs to be improved a little bit. Then we have David Blau, who one of the most disrespected players out of the entire thing. I mean, this was terrible. David Blau was given a 56 overall. Let's just think about that for a second. David Blau was given a 56. This guy started in games. There's tons of third-string quarterbacks, even backup quarterbacks that have never played a single start, that have never started a game in the NFL. And I know it wasn't the right circumstance for him to start, but he still held his own enough to be more than a 56. Come on, man. And that's just downright blasphemy. Come on, man. So for me, I'm not going to like overreact and give him like a 70, but I'm going to give him a 59. All right, at least get him close to 60. Heck, if you want to go to 60, go for it. I gave him a 59, 3 overall points higher. So I think the quarterback group as a whole was terribly rated. Now let's move on to the running back position. And honestly, this one wasn't as bad. Let's start off with Kerryon, who was given the highest rating of any Lions running back, and he was given an 82 overall. Look, trust me, I'm always good with giving some love to our players, right? An 82 overall is great. But me personally, I'm trying to keep this realistic, okay? I'm keeping this realistic. I'm not just saying that every single one is too low. Kerryon Johnson is too high in my opinion. Honestly, way too high. I'm going to move him down to a 79 overall. Now, yes, he had a heck of a rookie season. And if, again, wasn't because of the injury, the dude was on pace to give us an 1,000-yard season, which we haven't seen since 2013. But last season, I know, another injury. However, take the injury out of it. The dude wasn't great last season. He was good, not great. He had one of the lowest yard per carries out of any player on our team. Me personally, man, I can't give this guy in the 80s. I can't get this guy in the 80s. It just isn't right for me to put them up there at a near overall. I mean, think about this. Literally one lower overall than Matthew Stafford. By position, Kerryon Johnson is nowhere near some of the top running backs in the league, and Matthew Stafford is near the top quarterbacks in the league. So for me, I'm bumping him down to a 79. Now that can go up because I do believe Kerryon Johnson will shock some people this year, and he will be looked at as the best Lions running back because he is coming. He is coming for revenge in 2020, okay? He is coming for the crown at the running back position. But before the year starts, I got to move that down. 82 is too high. Next up, we have Bo Scarborough, who's given a 69, our power back. I'm good with that. 69, I like it. That's actually really good for a guy that's had limited playing time, a practice squad player that got an opportunity because of injuries. A 69 overall, all day. Thank you, Madden. Then we have Ty Johnson, who's given a 68. Again, I'm not changing a thing. 68 overall. I'm good with that. No problems whatsoever. I think they should be close in overall to Bo Scarborough. You can move him to a 69 if you wanted to. I think those guys are very similar in talent level. They just do well and they thrive at different things, right? They're different types of players. Then next up, our final running back is Jason Huntley. Now, Jason Huntley was given a 66 overall. He is a rookie. We haven't seen him on the field. While I do think he could be really good in the NFL because of his speed, his athleticism, and his elusiveness, I really can't put him any higher, so I'm just going to leave it here because we haven't seen the snap. I don't think I put him higher than a 66. 66 is pretty good for a late round pick, for a day 3 pick. 66 is pretty good. And then finally, last, but definitely not least, I wanted to save him for last, and that is DeAndre Swift. Now, DeAndre Swift, our second round pick out of Georgia, the running back, who a lot of people looked at as the best running back in the class, was given a 74 overall. And while that's not bad, it's not bad. I believe it's tied for second. I got to give him a 75. All right, just give him one more point. Just throw in another point there. I'm going to give him a 75. This guy was looked at by too many people as the best running back in the class. He's too good to not have a 75. 75. It just sounds better. I don't know what it is. 75. He's going to have a 75 overall. Then they have Nick Bawden, who was given a 66. The fullback, I guess I'll leave it at 66. Don't really have any complaints about that one. Let's get on to the receiver group. And first off, we have the man himself, Kenny Golladay, the legend himself, Kenny G. Now, Kenny G was given an 86 overall, which obviously, you know, hey, that's great. That's great. 86 is really good. But you're talking about a guy that led the league in touchdowns with a backup and a third-string quarterback for half the season. You're talking about a guy that put 1,190 yards up in his third season. Okay, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about Kenny Golladay. Kenny Galladay's got to have a 90. I'm just going to drop the mic. Kenny Golladay has to have a 90 overall, and he does here. Next up, Marvin Jones Jr. Okay, now Marvin Jones is a beast. He's had some injury concerns as well. So he was given an 85 overall, just one lower overall than Kenny Golladay. But now that I move Kenny Golladay up to 90, I got to move Marvin up a little bit. Now, I don't think I'm going to move him at the same just because of the injuries. So I'm going to give him an 86 overall. I'm going to move it up just a tad, because he's still a beast when he's healthy. He's still a beast when he's healthy. Now, some people say I take Marvin Jones. I would take Kenny Golladay pretty much every day over Marvin Jones, but Marvin Jones at times looks like the best receiver. So you don't always know. You just don't always know. But that is a beautiful duo. Hopefully that doesn't break up anytime soon. 86 overall. And then Danny Amendola. Actually a trio. Hey, let's not leave out DA. Danny Amendola, who had one of the best seasons of his career last season, was given an 80 overall. That is beautiful. Thank you, Madden. I'm going to stick right with that 80 overall. Sounds good. Quintez Cephas was given a 67, the rookie out of Wisconsin. I'm going to rock with that too. But one weird thing I have about this one is he was given an 87 overall in terms of speed. Wow, for that being his biggest knock coming into the draft, okay, I mean, 87 speed, that's pretty solid. I mean, it's not great, but for that being his biggest knock in the draft, I mean, I'll take it. I will take it. Then we have Geronimo Allison, who was given a 73 overall, the former Green Bay Packer, the wide receiver we signed this offseason. I'll go with 73. I'll go with 73. You know, kind of just a guy that I don't know if he's even make team or not. So I'll rock with 73. I don't want to move that one up. Definitely don't want to move it up, but I don't want to move it down either because I think he is a solid wide receiver. He's just solid. That's what he is. I'm just adding this in because I forgot to say it. Marvin Hall is given a 71 overall. I like it. Hey, He only had a handful of receptions, but he had tons of yards. So Marvin Hall, 71. Good stuff, man. I like it. He is. Next up, TJ Hawkinson, who was given a 77 overall. I don't know what he was as a rookie, but it's definitely probably something that you would have expected to be higher heading into year 2. Last year was not his best year. He had some injuries, okay? He didn't play the best. After week 1, we thought this guy was going to possibly be like the best tight end we've seen in a long time. I mean, he was drafted as one of the best tight ends, the 8th pick in the NFL draft. But after week 1, he kind of fell apart. He was given a 77. I'll give him some love. I'll give him a 78 overall. I mean, I think the injuries really did hurt him. And, you know, he wasn't bad. He did a lot of things for us in blocking. So because of his blocking ability, we'll give him a 78. Then we have Jesse James, who's given a 70. That's just so mean. I'm sorry, Jesse. But I think it's pretty close. I'm going to give you a 71. Look, a lot of people think you underperformed last season. And while I don't think it's all entirely your fault, you didn't play great. So because of that, I'm going to give you a 71. I'm not bumping that too much. So next up, we have Taylor Decker moving on to the offensive line, our left tackle, who was given a 74 overall, which I think that was his overall last season as well. To me, Taylor Decker falls in right to the middle of the pack right now with tackles, and that's why he is a 74 overall. I'm going to move that up to a 76. I think Taylor Decker is a good left tackle. Not great, good, and I think he could get an extension. He could earn himself an extension. And going into a very big year for the Detroit Lions, I'm going to give him a 76 overall. Just bump up a little bit. I mean, that's nothing crazy. 76, nothing crazy. Now, probably the worst rating of the entire Lions team. We're just doing offense today, but probably the worst of the entire team. Big V was given a 67 overall. A 67 overall. A guy that made $45 million this offseason was given a 67. I get it. Okay, he's never been a full-time starter. He's also been behind 2 of the best tackles in the league, and he's played every single different position. He's gotten better year after year. Okay, Big V needs to get a higher overall than a 67. That is absolutely ridiculous for a guy that made $45 million that's going to start at right tackle most likely. I'm bumping that up to a 73, baby. Big versatile, +6. Let's go. Okay, calm down. Next up, we got Joe Dahl, who's given a 68 overall. I love it. Joe Dahl does it all. 68, let's get it. By the way, that's by far the Lions' highest overall for a guard. Okay. I like Joe Dahl, but I don't know if that's necessarily where I put it. I don't even know if he's going to start next season, but I'm going to give him a 68 as well. I'll keep it there. Kenny Wiggins giving a 64. I'm going to bump that down to a 63. Not really a big deal. I just feel like I should bump a couple of them down because I bumped some up. Next up, we have Jonah Jackson. Now, Jonah Jackson was given a 63 overall. Now, keep in mind, this is our 3rd round pick we trade up to select out of Ohio State. All right, one of the best pass protectors you will find. Dude allowed 1 sack in his entire college career, and he has a 63 overall. Think about that. They gave Jason Huntley, day 3 pick, a 66 overall, and you gave Jonah Jackson a 63. Come on, man. I'm giving him a 67. He's got to at least be higher than Jason Huntley. There's got to be more expectations there. I'm going Jonah Jackson. Plus, Bob couldn't show me he can draft offensive linemen, so I'll go 67. Next up, we got Joshua Garnett, who's given a 63. I'm going to bump that down to a 62. I mean, he has the potential. He's a former high pick in the NFL draft for the Niners, but he really hasn't lived up to it this far. So because of that, I'm going to bump him down to a 62. It's just been a struggle. Next up, we have Oday Abushi, who's given a 63. Again, I'm going to go down to 62. And finally, last but not least, we have Logan Stenberg, who I'm going to move up to a 65 overall. Just under Jonah Jackson, and actually just under Jason Huntley. Okay, he was a 4th round pick, this monster out of Kentucky. He definitely needs to polish his game, so I'm not going to give him too high of an overall, but the dude is a freak. 65 overall, Mr. Nasty. So those are my re-ratings for the offensive side of the ball. If you guys want to see the defensive side of the ball, make sure you let me know in the comment section and support this video. I appreciate the heck out of you guys. Hopefully the quality is not too awful, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching, and I'm out.